All right, Palpatine, Protograph object programming. Please tell us what it's about.
Really quick.
Sure. And then if you could figure out like the about approximate coordinates of the stage, that would be great. That'll be helpful.
Yeah.
So if you may or may not be aware that I'm working on a programming language to compile text into ProtoFlux. And recently, since it's gone into beta, I've been experimenting with different types of programming patterns that are possible with it, and like all of the issues that I come up with, and expanding the Git repository with stuff that I will have to work on next. And one of the things that I've worked on recently is figuring out how to like structure or program objects, which if you're familiar with like object-oriented programming, like the idea is like you have some sort of encapsulated state, because in ProtoFlux, most of the time, everything's just a global variable. So this is an example I put together with effectively just a random walk of several different turtle objects. Oh, thank you. Let's see. So, so this, if you look over there, you'll actually see them walking over there, but I'll see if I can open this up and inspect it with some tools. I'm sorry if this hurts. If I probably, wait, do I need to equip this? Equip? Oh, I need builder permissions probably.
Yes, I got you.
Oh,
Whoa.
thank you. So the idea with the turtles is there's 3 of them. Okay, yay, I'm equipped.
Oh,
It's going. It's coming.
What's up? Let's go.
Sorry.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, so it's it is automatically laid out by the compiler, which is part of the reason why it looks a little unwieldy. But there are also I think this one's 150 nodes. There we go. Okay. So if I rotate it, I can actually see the front of it. There we go. That's better. So you can see over here, this is the display node for one of the turtles that's walking. But
Sorry.
oh yeah, it like what's the question? Let's see if
Why is it so long?
So it uses a Sugiyama algorithm for the layout, which tries to minimize like crossings and stuff like that, but it ends up putting things into several layers, and if there's not conflicts, it ends up making a lot of things pretty tall, which is a little annoying. What was the coordinates? Let's see. Like 46, -8, and -4. You're gonna let me
Just moving these up, you had some stuff stuck in the floor.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So let's see. This is probably C 42, and then this one would be. That's probably fine there.
So I have a question.
Yes.
I think
So you called these turtles, right?
Sorry.
Yeah. So it's like in programming, it's like Turtle is a graphics sort of program that is used to sort of
He typed that out and it made that.
so there we go. So the idea with the turtle is like you tell a turtle to walk from one location to the other, and as you do, it draws something. So it's like, oh, draw a red line and walk from location to location. It's a way to like draw stuff, quote unquote, with a it's like the old Windows like pipe screensaver. That's what it reminded me of. But yeah, so in terms of like how the program works, we have a turtle object, which defines a public interface. You give it a position in and a color that the turtle is going to be. You have the current position as an output, and then a handful of methods. If you're familiar with programming in other languages. They're things that you can call on the object to make it do things. Each turtle has a local location that's synchronized. It's a float 3, a couple of constants, a couple of other constants for the unit vectors, and then you have a general move function, impulse in this case, that creates a debug vector and then moves the turtle to a new location, which is the current location plus some value, and then a definition of the actual methods based using the move function above and setting one of the sets based on the unit vectors, and then a couple of definitions that you can think of them as getters in other languages. So set position is what I just did up at the top there. So I just manually updated the starting position values that are set here. And then I re-triggered the set position to move them to this location instead of the initial one, which was at 020. And then so here it's like it actually creates the 3 turtles. So I give each of them color, RGB, as you can see, set the starting position, and then I actually construct the 3 turtle objects using the start position and the color. And then the main loop is using an asynchronous while loop, where technically it's only running on the host, but it starts an async task, and then each iteration, it goes through, picks some random numbers for each of the turtles, choose which direction each one will go in, which is all independent. And then between each one, it'll do a little delay so it doesn't, break your computer. And it also like makes it go, but like you can play around with it, shorten the delay, you can change the sizes of stuff like that. And then it does display some other information. And then this is the thing that will update it every 2 minutes. So every 2 minutes, it'll actually reset them back to the start so they don't drift too far away. It is a random walk, so you get the normal statistical behavior of partially random. But yeah.
I have another question.
Like you can start. Yeah, questions. I think that's a good overview.
So if I wanted to make a world that had, say, like NPCs on sort of a random walk cycle or something, would this be something that I could use for that?
Yeah, like it is. The idea is anything that you can do in ProtoFlux, you should be able to write in this. There are currently issues with compiler, and not everything's implemented. Something implemented, but they're awkward. So like certain dynamic variable things are a bit complicated. Working with components is obviously a little bit challenging. But like the short answer is yes. The question is how difficult it'll be. But you also get that problem in ProtoFlux as well.
Follow-up question: could you actually make the Windows 7 screensaver with the pipes with it? Because you were right, when it does kind of look like that.
Like yes, you can. I just need meshes for them. Like this is just using the debug vector because it's easy to do completely in ProtoFlux. One of the things that I alluded to with like not having stuff implemented is automatically hooking up things to inputs and outputs. So right now, if you import something in, it just gives you the ProtoFlux graph of all the nodes. And if you want to like source variables and stuff, if you have, so like in this, there's no in and outs up here in the main file. But if you have in and out values, they get turned into sources and drives, but they're not filled with anything. They're just like null values. So you have to manually go and actually set them, because when you write this, you don't know what exists in your Resonate world. So you have to manually do that. The idea is probably have some sort of tool where you can like save that and like replace the file with a new file, and it'll update the references. That requires more internal Resonate technical stuff though. Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, fun stuff. Yeah. I have a handful of other examples. Another object one was like a list. I don't know if I have enough time to show that one off. That one's a little bit more complicated.
Sorry if I missed it, but what language is this?
It is. It's called Protograph. I'm the one who wrote the compiler. So, and the idea is it compiles to ProtoFlux. So yeah, this is.
Sorry.
So this is another one that does like it's an attempt to try to make a dictionary or map of strings. but this is sort of a similar type of syntax. The flux generated looks similarly nasty. Demoing it's a little bit more challenging though, because you have to like update values and things like that. But you have as you'd imagine, it's sort of a similar syntax. It's the same language, but does a different thing.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of, say, Python and C# kind of together.
That is a fascinating statement. So yeah, the C#, it is like heavily inspired by .NET, but it's actually more F# inspired, which is interesting because I have heard other people in presentations mention when people look at like Elm code, which is inspired more by Haskell, they're like, oh man, that looks like Python. It's like, no, but interesting you say that.
Yeah, it's because of your comments and everything. It's like, okay, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. And you notice these are actually moduprint modules, so you can't see it here, but the / is actually do create line comments in the moduprint. As you can see, the layout oftentimes is not perfect. That's one thing I want to improve, but you do actually get sort of some of that metadata linked up to be like, oh, this is this value, this is this value, like use this node for something. Because one thing that I always find really painful when I'm looking at ProtoFlux is it's like, even if someone meticulously organizes it, figuring out what the heck the different things actually mean is another problem entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Okay, I think that's it then. I can close this out.
All right, thank you so much, Papaltine. It's very cool. Wow.
That is honestly really cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
This is the kind. Sorry, I'll yell this. This is the kind of nerdy stuff that I like to see. I love to see this. All right. Oh yeah, and it's they're starting to disappear now that the things are.
Yeah, they're set on a
Interesting.
2-minute timer. You obviously it's configurable, but I was like, at too many, and it starts to cause problems with your rendering.
Totally fair.